I just bought a new whip. Spend a couple thousand just to cruise it. Shawty said she got me, but it's sweat, she never proved it. I never thought about it.
That's on episode 6, dude.
Episode 6, here we are. And this one's going to be a banger. I'll tell you why real quick. You can already see who we have on our couches today. We had to make more room, more couches, because it just needed to happen. But real quick, we got Brock, Courtney, James, and Chris representing a lot of things. We'll probably just do one big clap at the end because,
top chefs in Kelowna,
top chefs in Kelowna, literally. But representing Vice and Virtue, Salt and Brick, Provisions, Creation, Boxcar. Hope I'm not missing anything, but
Jacks?
I feel like,
Little Jacks, for sure.
And they got the rest of the city in a
Okanagan
chokehold as well.
Yeah.
But thank you guys so much for being here.
Best food in the city is like
Give these guys a quick shout out. We always do a big cheers right off the bat.
So,
Pavie, if you break something again.
But
cheers. Thanks so much for being here, guys. This is awesome.
Thank you.
A couple of housekeeping things. Actually, well, you know what? Yeah, I'm just going to hit them up right off the bat.
Yeah, let's give him a show right now.
But our good man, Jerry Job, if you guys have been around long enough in this city, you know who Jerry Job is. He's been around for a while. He brought us some goodies. So this is coming from Jerry's portfolio, but we got Goodridge and Williams, beautiful whiskey coming out of Delta, grains and everything, and then their brand Simps, and they do a bunch of different like syrups, Caesar mixes. This is an old-fashioned mix. So for us, luckily, we just put some shit on ice, mix these two together, and we're laughing. So thank you so much, Jerry, and your whole crew for doing this. We're also drinking a little bit of Pentage, beautiful winery that James Addington is repping, and thanks so much for bringing that as well.
James Addington, appreciate it.
But past that, it's so funny. Like it's like this is like the first minute of the podcast, but I feel like half of it's already over because we've just been bullshitting for the past like half an hour. I was like so many digs, and I'm like, yo, save that dig for the podcast, man. Like it's gonna be too good. I'm like, burn him later. But anyways, I don't know if you want to say something real quick.
Man, I'll be honest, man. Like
I feel like we're taking a backseat to these guys.
I'm finna take a backseat. You know what I mean? All I can say is we ate real well.
Oof.
We got some top-notch quality in the building today.
We're gonna show a little of that like spread that we did
Oh man,
a little later,
you're
but
gonna
it's
see that
super
shit.
good.
You're gonna be jealous. It's all good. And then on top of that, I'm just about to sit back. Like I might bring up a couple things. I got a couple keywords I might bring up here. Other than that, I'm gonna fall back. You know?
Fall back.
Yeah.
I'll start with the interviews already, or do you guys just want to fucking say a word and bang it off?
Yeah.
Tell me there's interviews.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be like there's like 20 minutes just on
All
you.
of a sudden, everybody's fucking quiet.
No, it's something I'll say something.
Here we go.
No, fuck. Let's do it, right?
Let's go, baby.
I again,
get some
before
shots.
when we all sat down before and we were having a spread and stuff like that, I'm super stoked to be here. I'm just gonna talk for myself because I don't want to speak for anyone else, but I'm stoked to be here. I love the fact that I get to sit here with my bestest friend in the world.
Hell
I
yeah.
get to stand with my two best friends in the
Hell
world,
yeah.
and then some other best friends that are sponsoring this whole thing. So a big up to all of those guys and to everybody here because I'm stoked to be here tonight. I was looking forward to this all week.
Sick.
And you're texting me going, "Are you excited?" I'm not.
Dude,
gonna be
I've
like,
never got so many
"Yeah,
texts in my life
I know.
this past week from this guy. Should we do this? Is it okay if we do that?
Totally.
He's like, he's just fanboying about it. I love it.
I may be a little bit more excited than Food Network for this.
This guy's just getting
I've always wanted to do a fucking
Just used to it,
podcast,
yeah.
and now I'm here.
How often do you
And I
guys
got
actually sit in the
shit to
same
say
room,
right
though?
now.
How often do you guys get to be in the same
Oh,
room?
it's been a while.
If it ever happens, it's like 2 a.m.
To be honest, we go to Vice and Virtue as often as we can. We go to Salt and Brick as often as we can. We see Chris
here we
Braun
go.
at Provisions.
Know where this
On
is
a good
going.
day.
Yeah, I know where this is going too.
But that's the only version of you guys actually hanging out then. Yeah.
I've never
It
seen
is, yeah.
James Holmes in one of our buildings. I don't know if you
That's
have.
where this is going.
Yeah. This
Told
is
you I knew this was.
no.
What's up with that, James?
Yeah, we're gonna start this podcast off with a fucking sweet punch to the dick right now.
I have been looking for a pressure fryer.
Can I get a hat, please? Can I get a hat?
Man, look at this guy.
I
He's
need
a
to-
costume
I
designer.
need to-
Hang on, before this guy goes, this guy actually has he brought his own costumer and he's got changes on deck. So
Yeah.
just get.
Can
There
I-
we go.
Thank you. Oh, and a fucking cheese. Oh, Yes, Junior.
Someone's a little too used to being on camera.
Someone's getting like
Little shout out to Ross from Get Out of Here. Ross from Godfathers.
Yeah.
He doesn't even work there.
You're gonna shout out and you don't even know who you're shouting out.
Table, whatever he works at. Whatever.
Shout out to what's that fish place in town?
Whatever Ross is doing right now. Shout out.
You buy your fish at Save On.
Ross?
Yeah, no, what? Shut your fucking mouth. So.
No swearing, okay?
No fucking swear, dog.
Okay, so reeling. We'll circle the wagons here, and we'll go back. Okay. And I don't leave my house on my 2 days off. So I work.
Because you don't have any friends. No, sorry, go ahead.
No, it's true. I don't even know why I'm here right now.
This is a fucking room full of them right
Molly's
now.
more than 2 drinks deep tonight. Careful.
So I don't leave my house on my 2 days off. So I get fucking flack from all my supposed friends that I don't go to their restaurants. But I don't go. I spend my 2 days off with my dog. I don't leave my house. Yeah, I don't.
We just think it's fun to play.
And they rip me every fucking time.
And the coolest part about our 2 establishments is both breweries are dog friendly.
I was about to ask you. I was going to say, I bet you they're probably dog friendly, right? I do.
See?
Zero excuses.
This is why I fucking preempted this shit.
Yeah. He brought his hitter with him, boy.
My dog is like myself and doesn't get along with others. So this is why I don't bring my dog anywhere.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so your dog's an
I'm
asshole.
going for a smoke.
Just like, he's leaving.
James.
I was just
Put your ass back down.
take the
Man.
cheeseburger.
Yeah, take.
Get it, doggy.
Good
boy. Security.
Wow.
Okay, this is getting.
What are we doing here? What is going on?
Okay.
Paul
First
said
up,
the
subject change right now.
Yep.
Yeah, fire away. Anybody else?
Okay,
Can I fire off?
you fire off. You hit it up.
I'm new on this
Light it
shit.
up.
So, I almost feel like Paula. No, it's not. So, you said you don't go to these places. Is that why you didn't get invited to...
Back at me. Where? I didn't get invited to what?
I tried.
Wasn't Ross having a party or something?
I'm not in...
Talking about the Rods reunion over here is what you fucking trying to dig
Yeah,
into this earlier.
let's just stop right now.
Did anybody invite you here?
No! I was looking
Passing
for
by.
cans in the back alley and I saw some chefs I know and I fucking walked in the door. So
With your duffel bag.
So I really want to thank you guys for inviting me to the Rods reunion. I really appreciate it. Court, Brock, Brauner, Paul. I'm so honored to be here.
Me too, man. It's
Hey, man.
Yeah.
You gonna hate on us because we got a job at one point? Like how's that a burn?
Yeah, it is a roast.
The roast of Chef James. He thought it was gonna be the other way around too. Though. That's how he came into this.
I came in prepared. I knew this was gonna happen.
No, that's fair.
I put an extra skin on tonight.
Okay, let's chill on roast for a second. Let's get some a couple casual questions, and then we'll get back into just
I
biting on
was
each
dying
other.
on my beer, dog.
Yeah.
Holy.
Can I have a shot, please?
Yeah.
Shots.
Yeah,
Let's
no,
go.
shots.
Shots.
Yeah.
Yes, thank
I
you.
want Pink Whitney.
Shout out to Pink Whitney.
AKA Free Britney.
James Chevy Poo, you get
Pink Whitney, hashtag Free
Britney.
Britney.
Pink Whitney.
We'll get back around to that
It's
later.
nasty.
Yeah,
Let me know.
Damn.
Yeah, we'll get back around to that.
Okay, but can the rest of us get a shot?
Yes.
Can we? Oh, shit.
No, I
I'll
don't-
go up.
yeah, here you
Man,
go.
he's in my sphere of influence.
Oh my!
Just kidding. Just kidding.
What is wrong with you?
Nothing.
Here we go.
Jesus Christ!
There we go.
Hey, get out of the shot.
Here we go. Okay, I won't tell my own shot.
Can I get a new hat? Where are you?
You're gonna
Thank
blow
you.
through all your hats in the first 6 minutes, man.
You need to research where
No,
this
wait
hat came
wait
from.
till I start peeling shirts.
Pink Whitney.
Whitney.
Yeah.
Is this almost over?
Not even close.
Yes.
Not even close.
Shout out to Montreal, best food in Canada.
There you go. Okay, I wanted to touch on real quick just that big spread that we all brought in. Courtney, you kind of had the initiative on that, just saying yo, let's bring a little something to the table that maybe you guys probably don't get to eat all that often during your shifts, and just maybe a little late night bite or what you can do and what you can bring. But we already talked about it and kind of showcased a little bit. Hopefully you guys get to see that at some point throughout the podcast.
Go
but
check it on YouTube if you're on Spotify.
There you go. But I just want to talk about like diet in general. Like, how do you guys like? What's a chef's diet like? You know, is it like, I know your grocery store list, Chef James, is closer to like what convenience store is like on your way home.
Gas stations.
But what's grocery shopping like? What's actual like food life? I know you got a full family, you know, like so in terms of like actual like diet and, you know, what you eat on a regular basis, like what's that look like? I know we kind of know you guys from the restaurant side of things, but what about home life?
Well, like you guys, like everybody knows that.
I think we should start with James because he's the one that said that he spends 2 days
really
at home.
only go up from
That's
there.
true.
There you go. Okay, let's work our way around the table. Let's go. Chef James, what you got?
You know we're not going to be welcome in his restaurant.
What do you eat at home? 2 days
So I'll be completely honest,
yeah,
and like
hit us up, honestly.
we've got a couple here. We've got a guy that's got a family. Those levels are different. But like for me, literally, like on the way home, whether it's stopping at Petro Canada or McDonald's or whatever that may be, I'm going home and just eating something that I don't have to fucking make.
Yeah.
And I know because I've once lived with a girl. Once.
Hello.
And
congrats.
Was it a dog?
Things were different then. But as a like a okay, so listen. We all know that I eat fucking garbage, and like I will say that's probably 60% of chefs in whether it's North America or whatever it may be. But like honestly, I think you guys need to chime in and talk about that because like I know that your diets are not the same as mine. You've got kids. You're a couple. Like,
is it too far to say that it translates in your menu?
No, 100% not. It doesn't. No, it does.
I'm fucking with you, but
no, but it does. 100% it does. Like,
so is it fair to say that you serve garbage?
These are the parts.
There's editing still, right? Lots of editing.
Okay,
but you said that you eat garbage. And
one hit quitter.
We're live.
So I think
you're right. You're saying there's lots of different.
But I think someone with a wife and a child.
Yeah.
Well, a child.
Be interested to hear.
Okay, Brauner.
And are you wearing? You got grease in that beard?
This is real. It's not clip on.
Okay. And then a couple that you guys work together every day and you fucking go home and like what do you eat? I'll let you talk. I'm just going to have a smoke.
You were mid-sentence.
Not interested in hearing your version of it. Okay. Yeah. Brauner, what's up?
Well, back to the Rod's reunion comment. I mean, I think Brock can attest to this. There's some days that in the kitchen you try to like feed your staff and try to do staff meals and all that, and some days it just doesn't go as planned and you end up serving some pretty rank staff meals. So for James to bring what he brought was really nostalgic for me.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, it's basically the things that you like I kind of said earlier, is as a chef you kind of just you do a staff meal, or the stuff you eat, you can put out hundreds of the same thing every single night of the most beautiful, passionate, tasty food that you can provide to a guest that's paying 30, 40, 50, whatever dollars a plate for it. And at the same time, you are what I would call grazing. You are grazing off the line of a few pieces of vegetables that were overcooked, or a steak that was overcooked that you're going to slice up and eat 3 hours.
Like how micro-dosing is popular? It's like you just micro-eat.
Exactly. It's like micro-eating or grazing, right?
Yeah.
You're just like,
grazing around the menu.
You eat off a few
That's
things.
what I've learned about microdosing lately. It's like therapeutic. Yeah.
And it keeps that void filled in your stomach, so you're just like, you get home, you're hungry, but throughout the day of service, you're just like, you run on grazing, you run on scraps and
some little mini nourishments.
Totally, Somebody makes makes an amazing pot of potatoes, and you have a couple spoonfuls of it, and that kind of fills that void for half an hour. But
so like throughout the shift, you had like one lunch,
exactly. Yeah, you have your meal.
Chicken skins.
16 hours.
Your meal consists of a 16-hour day. It's grazing period, and so whatever we want to eat at home after service it's the convenience of it for sure, 100%.
Same thing that Chef James is saying, like, probably not trying to cook too much.
Exactly,
just trying to, like,
man. Yeah.
Get a little something in your belly.
You know what it reminds me of? Honestly, you guys remind me of like fashion designers, and obviously Paul, designs fashion, but as someone who is in the marketing side of it, when I see fashion designers, it's funny because they're the most passionate, they know the most about silhouettes, but they dress the most simply.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You see a fashion designer who wears all gray every day.
Yeah.
Right?
White t-shirts,
White
blue jeans.
Yeah, nothing else. But yet they're going to sit here and they're going to design the most elaborate, actual looks and fits and silhouettes for models, but how do they dress themselves?
That's interesting you say that because it's true because and in a sense and I don't know if you guys can relate to that, but it almost like putting so much energy into yourself and like cooking yourself a good meal or making like yourself look super like tight and like well fitted. It takes energy and it takes time, and you actually need a lot of that energy and time to put into taking care of someone else or like all the other people you're serving.
I always refer that to like the Hollywood syndrome, like you look like being a little bit older, but like River Phoenix, who was like he was an inspiration when I was growing up and stuff like that. Like that Hollywood style was like V-necks and fucking jeans. That's what it was, right? Mm-hmm. And like I think chefs, except for this guy, don't fucking give a fuck what we're wearing after work, right? And like, but I think that's kind of changed a little bit because like. Back in the day, we used to wear whites, and like when we get off work, we'd want to wear whatever we wanted to wear, like that clothes we had. But now, I think getting away from the whites and everything like that, and there's so many restaurants that all three of us we don't wear jackets at our restaurants. Mm-hmm. That there's a bit of a gray sort of overload to that where we just walk out with the same shit. Why are we fucking laughing?
There's gonna be giggles all day.
But like, you can't make shots tequila with no giggles.
Yeah, but it's fun.
But we get off work and it's almost the same shit that we're wearing at work, or the same stuff.
Or even like the parallel to how like I relate often from a fashion industry side. Yeah. So like I said, when I see you guys are like the equivalent of like fashion designers in the food industry.
Right.
And so to me, like I said, when I see a fashion designer, how they dress versus how they dress people.
Yeah.
How you guys eat versus how you feed people.
100%.
You know what I mean? And that's what I see the
great
parallel.
relevance. For sure. Yeah.
You touched on simplicity earlier, right? And the simplicity is exactly the perfect term for what people ask us chefs. I'm sure you've been asked this millions of times of what do you guys like to eat? Oh, you're chefs. You must cook the most elaborate meals in the world. But it's not true. And from my point of view, it's not true.
It's the worst question ever.
It is kind of the worst question ever because in my mind, the simplicity of what I want to eat is I like the simple things of like my last meal before I die. What's it going to be? Mine is a beautiful fresh, bread, beautiful English butter, and sea salt. And I've said this a million times to people. It's like those three items, I can sit and eat that all day long. Yeah. And that's what I would eat at the end of my shift of my grazing, micro dosing on food. It's like, it's something, the simplicity of whatever you're making is the best.
But what you just said there, right there, is like I think you can all contest it, all four of us, is that like, what has got us through service? Butter and fucking a piece of baguette and some salt on top.
What's gonna stick to your ribs a little bit, right? What's gonna
if I could say the most I've eaten during a shift would be bread, butter, and fucking salt. Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
It's a staple. It fills you. It fills that void in your stomach. And, and at Courtney and I's house we have a snack drawer, and that's something that you can just pull open that drawer, rip open a bag, tear open a package, and you have substance of some type to fill that void to go to sleep with at 100%. The end of the night too.
Right. Yeah. Another thing I wanted to touch on, just when I heard you saying like we all probably grew up wearing chef whites, you guys were saying, and now like none of you wear that. Yeah. And I know we were talking about a bit. You kind of would because you're kind of like outsider perspective. I don't know if you want to.
Actually, it's funny enough because I was actually talking to him about this, and he was like, "You know what? You should talk to chefs about this." So I'm gonna ask you all this. Because, I'll be honest with you, I never worked in the industry at all. There's something about it almost seemed like, I was like, I don't think I got the work ethic to be back there cranking it out quick time like that. And it seemed like almost there was such a command structure in place. It almost reminded me of the military. And I was sitting there, I was like, I don't know if I could cut that shit. You know what I mean? There's too much sharp objects and shit. Someone start flexing on me. I might do something stupid. You know what I mean?
I think you have some troubles with authority, though.
That's its own issue. But my point being is,
it's called it ain't jail, bro.
Yeah. But the thing is, tell me, am I wrong though? Do you guys like deal with it? When I see that, and I see head chefs, and I see the way y'all take control of this, I'm like, yo, there's some real commands.
Well, and in saying that, and just to break down a little more, it's like I feel like you guys, a lot of you, like you've probably been classically trained a little bit, and you've probably come from an era that was a little bit different from probably who you trained, or who trained you, to now who maybe you're training as well as running your own ship. But like, can you touch on like how that actually looks in real life, like maybe like OG to like today?
Correct my misconceptions, and you know what I mean.
I'll let Brauner talk about this, but all I will say is that I think
doesn't sound like it.
No. God. Is this a roast of fucking chefing or what?
Just kidding. Go ahead.
No. Honestly, you take the lead. But all I'm saying is that I think this is a perfect room for the generation, because the three of us came up through that like mid generation, that like that Whyte, that where we are now, and where we are, and like you can speak on that for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think all three of us came up through that military structure, and old school pressed whites, and the angry head chef and all that kind of stuff, throwing pans and
shit,
right? Like, and I think what you see in this room is just a change of mind frame.
The guard.
I mean, we're all humble. Like, I am just as stoked about the food that Brock's putting out as the food that I'm putting out. I'm not focusing so much on the plate in front of me as kind of what's going on in like the North End, or what's going on in Kelowna as a culinary scene. So I'm stoked on how he's training his young cooks, just as he's stoked on what I'm training my young cooks. And
do you see something here? Is that it's all about Brock, Courtney, and Brauner right now. There's no. I'm stoked about how Chefy Boo's training anybody.
I mean, it would be nice to see someone.
Loud audio there.
It'd be nice if someone were to step up and train you.
Yeah.
As possible.
Oh, this is
and then you could go on.
This is so fire right now.
You could go on to train someone else. And then you could go on to train someone else and be part of the triangle.
Courtney, how do you feel? I know that you're maybe not.
Let Courtney talk.
Well, but I know that you're maybe not like in the same like classically trained world, but you still have some perspectives in terms of like kitchen and hospitality. So like, how's that play kind of in your world?
How do you boss up back there?
Well, I think that's the nice mix that we bring to the table, because Brock graduated culinary school the year I was graduating kindergarten.
Hello.
So
now she's riding me. It's the roast of Chef Brock now.
Can we get 2 straws for their soda, please?
No, true. Good mix, though.
We appreciate our differences, and we have very different ideas on a lot of things, but at the end of the day,
our differences a lot.
Yeah, we come together, and it's nice because I know you appreciate the way you were kind of raised and brought up in those worlds, and
something to that.
I see what's even coming further down the lines for me, where at least I had that crossover in those places working with chefs that you were trained under, and I don't think that's the future, and I think that is going to get lost very soon.
Sorry, I was going to say that's actually something I wanted to like even go further on and touch on. Is there's this whole new trend also, like again, classically trained chefs, education, and a lot of you guys have been going from like fine dining and that, and really maybe kind of getting a little burnt out, to working in breweries or food trucks. And I mean, you headed up a lot of that, you know, like, but how that shift is going. And I think we're going to take like a really small break, but I think that's a cool conversation to have, from like fine dining culinary to like
100%.
food truck, breweries, doing your own shit, pop-up shop, you know, 100%. Kiosk, whatever. But anyways, let's go have a little beer, a little shot,
little smoke
hang
break,
out, and let's get back into that.
My name is Brock Bowes. Tonight, I've got my beautiful partner with me here, who is going to describe kind of things like, I mean, at the end of the day,
pass the buck.
No, I'm not passing the buck. At the end of the day, this is kind of what we enjoy eating at night. The platter that we brought basically highlights international things, that we support local businesses that supply us with these items. We cook, I'm sure everybody here cooks with these ingredients every single day. The local aspect is obviously true and dear to our hearts, but at the end of the day, I want to try something different and something international. So the board we brought tonight is garnished with some shitty ham sandwiches with some mustard. I think there's another one down there, but I don't know. Tell us.
Basically, when we get home at the end of the night, we don't want to cook. We want to open something up that's still delicious. So we usually go to Percival and Young, pick up some cheese. Whatever they give us is great. Right now we have I don't even know what they are, but
they charge me a fortune.
We have a smoked Parmesan kind of cheese, truffle Gouda, and I don't even know. I have no idea what this is. But
that name is unpronounceable. We can't even figure out that. But I like that because it's a risk that you are willing to take. Of like, I can't pronounce it, so I'm gonna eat it.
Did that come with the board?
Mozzarella slices. I'm not sure.
I tried to bring healthy. I brought turkey though.
Yeah, that's steam pressed turkey roll.
Courtney, maybe introduce yourself as well.
He's like, yeah, moving on.
Yeah, okay. My name's Courtney. This is my beautiful partner Brock. Together we own and operate the Creation Food Truck, Provisions, Kitchen and Catering, and Boxcar at B&A.
Hell yeah.
You're up, Mr. Brauner. You're next, Monfrere.
Bring in the gimp.
Chris Braun, the chef over at Vice and Virtue Brewing. You guys asked me to bring something that we eat after work on a nightly basis. You can't travel with nachos, so I made the next best thing, which is 7-layer dip. Jalapenos from my garden, a bunch of shit that I preserved. It's spicy. Be careful.
Jalapenos from my garden. Fuck off.
Okay, so save the fucking worst to last right now. So,
I think you should start with this.
Look at the camera. I'm sure you're used to it by now.
So, my name is James Holmes, and I'm the chef at Salt and Brick. I brought gyozas that I boiled 3 hours ago. You guys asked me what the fucking I eat after work.
No one's laughing.
And Petro-Canada is on the way home.
I'm fucking laughing. Yeah. I'm laughing hard.
And so you should. So Petro-Canada is on the way home, and I get sandwiches on the way home. Sometimes I have these in the freezer and I boil them. Sometimes I share these with my dog, the gyozas. As long as there's no onions, like beef, pork. And then every once in a while, I get the old fucking Lunchables. Or, no, these are high-end. Can I have the other ones?
You want to shout out to Snyder's?
Yeah, Snyder's. Snyder's Lunchables. This is what I crush when I go home, and I'm not fucking scared to say that. Let's do this.
Yeah.
I think the point of this whole podcast kind of thing is because we are cooks and chefs and everything, and we can supply 200 to 300 meals a day of some of the finest food that the Okanagan. I don't know, man, but I'm just going. I read this beforehand. I came here with a script.
Are you at the Delta now?
No. We can cook. We sit and cook fucking food all day long for the guests that we are proud of doing. But at the end of the day, it's what fills the gut and fills the void. And keeps us going to do it the next day.
And James is the butt end of the joke every time.
Not ever. No.
Well, that's true too.
And just to chime in, I'll
get in here,
you guys. But the last thing I wanted to do is have you guys on this podcast and have you cook food. You know, so it's just so much nicer. Just like, let's bring something to the table. Let's all break some bread, let's hang out, let's do that. But this is such a cooler version of being like, hey, let's ask you to do what you do in your 9 to 5, and instead, like, let's all just share some food, and then let's sit on the couch and bullshit for a while. Yeah, so
I'll be honest, the last thing I wanted to do was be on this podcast.
And for the record,
Shot fired.
I did put stuff in that soya sauce tonight.
You did?
So yes, being a chef, you made that.
I made that.
There you go.
That's a fucking accomplishment.
Yeah. What's in it? What's the recipe?
Garlic, chilies, and some rice vinegar.
So fucking basic shit. Yeah, deal.
So if you want the recipe, just send me a message. DM me on Instagram.
James Holmes.
I'll send you the message.
Soy sauce and pick 3 things.
I
got the recipe. Yeah. This guy needs a cigarette. Let's cut. Yeah, I think we're gonna pick up right where we left off, but we're starting to get into the conversation. I think a little bit of like, I've seen this ongoing trend of, you know, some of you classically trained chefs, and this isn't just a Kelowna thing or just you guys, like you're seeing this like nation, internationally, global wide, where you get these unreal chefs that are saying like kind of like fuck it, or like kind of ditching the whole like typical route of how you have to make it up on the totem pole, and just saying like, I want to start a food truck, I want to work at a brewery, I want to do a little kiosk, I want to go work in Vietnam, or like, you know, like whatever it is, like there's all these different variations of how chefs are like almost re-envisioning and revisiting what it means to be a really good
almost
quality
a career arc.
Yeah.
It, you know
and that's it's revisiting. So I don't know how you, I don't know if you want to touch on that, but I want to hear from these guys a little bit.
Well, I mean, yeah, definitely. I think the biggest thing, once again, as someone who's never been in your guys' industry, I can only relate from my side.
Yep.
And the way I look at it, it's almost like, it sounds like you guys went from like runway in designer, and then you decided you're going to do a diffusion line. And you're sitting there and you're like, we're going to let our hair down a bit, have some fun, break the rules a bit.
This is the high-end, like super high house version.
We're not going to deal with all the rules.
Yeah.
We're just going to express ourselves in something a
pompous
little
bullshit.
more. Yeah, like it's almost closer to ready to wear, but like having something for every day, but at the same time a little more practicality.
It's more approachable. Let's do it right here, right now.
Letting go of the formality for the sake of formality.
How's that look in the
Is that what it
culinary
sounds
world?
like?
Yeah, I like your parallels too to like
Thank you.
the fashion world. But
That's all I got for you.
that was one thing that I really took out of it. I hated working at places that were like reservation required, or people would ask what dress code is, or you would have to go to the table and ask if it's a special occasion, because it was, and you had to know if it was. I'm getting a lot of Snickers and head shakes. Oh.
James Instagram's
Yeah, no doubt.
No, but
They
that's
want you,
exactly it.
James.
Going from exactly that.
Dog.
I wanted to make a switch because I wanted to feed as many people as I could. I didn't want it to be a special occasion. I didn't want it to be your 1 year anniversary. I wanted
interesting. Yeah.
I wanted it to be a Tuesday night or a Thursday lunch. Turn your phone off.
No, I can't.
So disrespectful.
Okay, no, keep going.
Yeah.
Man.
I don't even know.
No,
100% though.
But like what you're talking about with fashion too, like that's really great when you buy that prom dress or that I don't relate to fashion clearly, but you buy that special outfit, but how many times do you wear that, or like
100%.
What are those memories made in it? Probably not that spectacular at the end of the day. It's like
totally.
I will say I think that's a fucking great example, and I think probably all four of us have our reason on that.
Mm-hmm. Well, we also been trained old school, classical. We'll put out the fine dining food all day long, hours and hours a day. But now I think we are all at the point in our careers while we're taking all of those components and things that we've used and learned over so many years and putting it into the food we're doing now, which is just, I don't want people to come into our restaurant going, fuck, am I dressed well enough? Or should I wear a tie?
Do I have enough money to be here?
Do I have enough money to be here? I don't ever want to hear any one of our guests say that. And that's something that kind of has always bothered me a little bit about working in a fine dining restaurant of things like, we can't afford to be here. Right? Yeah, it's a stigma. It's a stereotype of like what kind of restaurant we are, and we are not that type of restaurant. And I'm not going to speak just for everybody, but our restaurant that we run is just. I want people to come in and enjoy themselves, and
100%.
Living where we live in Kelowna, if it's 40 degrees outside, I don't expect you to come into our restaurant wearing a suit and a tie. That is absolutely ludicrous. So I want you to come in and I want you to crush some beers. I want you to crush some good food that is perfectly, maybe perfect is too much, but like it's really well made with things that we have learned from the old school days of cooking and doing what we're doing.
You can have your cake and eat it too.
Absolutely.
You're almost like being like, fuck you, can't. Be like, yes, you can.
100%.
That's perfect.
We have the training. Yeah. We want to do the casual version, and we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Well, and it's like the food we eat. Like, it's not like we're going out for these elaborate meals every night and wining and dining. We're like, we just need a delicious sandwich, or we want
doesn't mean it shouldn't be unreal and good.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
We don't have to go.
There's also like what I see as a financial aspect, where you've got these high-end fine dining restaurants, and people don't really realize the amount of manpower that there is behind that one dish that comes out.
Totally.
So if you look at all three of our locations, us four are in the trenches.
3 locations, but like 8 if you take into account all
Yeah.
their locations.
Yeah.
They have like the empire,
The empire over here. Yeah, next topic is like, what other 3 restaurants are you guys opening up?
But yeah, if you look at it, like, we're all in the trenches with like 1 or 2 cooks, whereas we all came from these fine dining situations where we had multiple cooks, and like, I was watching kids come in there and just pour their heart and soul into their job and walk out with these little paychecks that they couldn't afford to pay rent. Yeah. Whereas now you've got these tighter brigades doing the same techniques and teaching the same techniques that we were teaching in fine dining to do just casual, good food, which is delicious and great, but it's more one-on-one. You got 1 or 2 cooks in there. They're getting paid properly. They're working 8 or 9 hours a day.
In so many aspects.
They have a life.
There's a bit of a 2.0 that's happening in the culinary world right now, where it's like lifestyle. You have to go home at a decent hour. You get a couple days off.
The times have changed. They are changing even more.
So nobody wants to work for 14 hours a day for nothing anymore.
Seriously, one of the things I think that, first of all, when you look at parallels, but then I see what you guys are saying, is like one thing about food and clothing is you got, basic human needs, right?
Maslow's theory, right?
But even like if you break it down to the first 3 basic needs, like food, clothing, shelter, food, clothing. So right there, I think one of the things that Paul and I feel passionate about, what sounds like you guys feel passionate about, is like the dignity of being able to eat good. And like you said, it shouldn't be reserved for just some people. And it sounds like in some ways,
100%.
if I'm deciphering what I feel, it's like y'all are taking this and you're saying, you know what, this is something that people deserve to enjoy. Exactly.
We want to spread the love and share it with the entire planet of what kind of food, fine dining, and I hate that term fine dining. Maybe it's just me, but I hate that term fine dining.
No, I think
that is changing as well, is the fact that people can come into any one of our establishments or any establishment and not feel like they don't belong there.
But I will say though, like, and I'm gonna fucking call it out, is that like, you look at these Michelin star restaurants and these fucking, like, you're booking into a restaurant for a year in advance. Who's surviving right now? The Joe Beefs of the world. The restaurants that are like doing norm.
Who's surviving a year right now? Those dudes who made that reservation, I promise you, couldn't fucking sit down at the table, man.
100%.
100%.
Like,
what did I say though? It's just like an unrealistic thing.
100%. But like, if you look at like the blanket of all of this is that those Michelin star restaurants aren't surviving because they don't know how to pivot. And I don't want to get into the COVID bullshit right now.
Their whole system wasn't meant to pivot.
100%. Because I will say this to any cook that has worked for me, that is, if you get a chef or a cook that's working, it's very hard to be heavy-handed on a dish. The example is that, like, there's so many chefs that are so particular about what they're doing. That plate has to be perfect, but there's so many chefs that just can't be heavy-handed. And personally, and I know for you guys too, same thing, that what you do is that we're okay with being heavy-handed.
What do you mean by heavy-handed?
Just like it's not all about fucking 18 components on a dish.
Right.
It's all about like make it look pretty, make it look good, but at the end of the day, it's all about tasting good, right? And like, I know these guys, and I know that they will put something on a dish it looks great, but it fucking tastes amazing, And I think there's so many chefs out there that are so reserved and can't let go. And
bit of tunnel vision.
100%. And this is why these Michelin stars are fucking crumbling right now, because they can't. It's
not sustainable.
100%, it's not. And like Alina Grant and Vespertine or whatever it was, like, joined forces, and they're selling like whole roasted chicken. Is that their fucking steez? No, it's not.
It's my steez.
100% it is. But
I think filled your steez a couple weeks back with some fucking
I wasn't
chicken.
one whole roasted chicken.
Yeah.
That was a few
Roasted chicken, not fried chicken.
but I just think there's a lot of restaurant / chefs out there that can't let go and be like, we're okay just serving fucking chicken and wedge potatoes.
Ego.
You know, I don't think it's ego. I think it's
it's because we know we can prepare that chicken and potatoes and make it taste so beautiful, and not charge an arm and a leg for it, and have somebody go, wow, that chicken was good, but I'm not going to pay $35 for it.
It's how you're building your entire
100%.
like business and format, you know, because I mean that formula can work if you have 2 cooks in the kitchen, if you're overhead, but if you have like a full Michelin star setup and this crazy kitchen, like you have to charge $90 for a fucking like.
Economic conditions changed in the last couple of years too. So I mean, what $35 meant to an average person might not be the same thing $35
You have to
means to an
pivot.
average person.
Doesn't matter who you
You know
are.
what I mean? Like that's just real talk. You know what I mean?
And the restaurants that you brought up earlier, these Michelin star restaurants, you know, their kitchen brigade is just itching to get in the back door to work a 16-hour day to power it out every single day. And
it's wrong.
And it is wrong. It is wrong. And that's the part of the change of this whole industry that I really embrace is the fact that there is a switch. And I don't ever want to have a kid work 16 hours a day in our kitchen and 7 days a week. That's fucking crazy. No.
See, I'm in a union, man. They don't even have a union, man. You
Come on.
As soon as you start talking over 12 hours,
dude,
buddy, I'm fucking.
Most of them are on salary, so they're only getting paid for the 8.
See, this one too.
Or day rate, or day rate.
Or a day rate, right?
And that's something that I want to change.
These kids need an agent. Y'all need to get at me.
I would
get
love
you guys
to see that
share your
change.
agent. Yeah, man.
Okay.
Get at me, man. If you're gonna negotiate a day rate, we need to do better than that.
At Salt and Brick, are your staff on salary?
So I can't speak for the front of the house, but my 2 sous chefs in the back are salary, but they don't work more than right now. They don't work more than 8 hours, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And at Vice, I know you're there the majority of the time, and then you have a helping hand.
We're only open 4 days a week, so it's hard to hit those
40-hour
40-hour work
And I mean,
weeks. But
Generally, right?
So the hours that you put in, it's more rewarding because you're doing it for yourself and you just love the food that you provide.
I think it's a couple switches right now, like in this day and age. Like one is what we were talking about, like, you know, it's like the whole like, don't burn yourself out, because you could also like have your cake and eat it too. You could do it this way. You can go work at like where you guys are working, still put out the food that you're doing. But honestly,
That's not every restaurant.
no, it's not. But what I was going to say is also in our current climate, you know, like what we're dealing with right now, you know, especially in BC, kitchens closing at 10 o'clock period, you almost have like you almost can't even get someone to work more than 8 hours because the kitchen's just not open that long. By that time you're done. So to actually like, it's funny how like that mentality and mind shift switches, but then you're like, oh, actually this isn't that weird.
No.
You know, that someone's only working 8 hours in the kitchen and going home and going home for dinner or having 2 days off.
Yeah. You're getting paid not to work at all right now,
sleep.
too.
Yeah,
that's
all that,
another thing, man. Y'all got to deal with that.
Yeah.
People are being like this, I can get paid for not working at all.
I'd rather just be at home than be in the kitchen.
I think that was a different switch too. Like you have like cooks and servers that are like, I'll just stay on serve. Like I'll fucking.
And that's 2 things. That's like there's one mentality. There's one mentality of saying like, hey, like, well, I could just stay home and get paid by the government and not do anything. But for people that have been working their asses off for the past 4 years, there's been a bit of a mentality of being like, hey, like maybe lifestyle and family time and home time is also very important. And I'm just starting to learn that.
I'm just starting to learn that. As a chef that's been in the kitchens for 16 hours a day, 7 days a week, I'm just starting to learn that lifestyle.
This paradigm shift is crazy for a lot of us to say like, hey, there are actually other priorities. And a lot, totally, and a lot of other cultures are really good at it already.
Yeah,
you know?
100% they are.
We adapted it in North America, especially again coming from your
profits
industry.
Over people, man.
So
profits over people.
So it's been a learning curve, I think, for a lot of people, or a mentality switch for a lot of people. But it's what you take out of it, you know, is important. It's also something to say here's another question, is that if people are choosing unemployment because EI is paying you more than what you're getting paid for minimum wage, is that also not an issue? If it's more, because there's a laziness aspect
right,
to it.
But I think that's
like, you know,
I think that's what defines the front and the back, and I will be like
front of house and back of house.
Yeah, and I will be fucking cold-hearted about this. Is that
chili?
But the back will do it because they want to be there, and the front is
glutton for punishment too.
No, but
do you think they want to be there or they don't have a choice to be there? It's kind of like two different variables.
100%. There's a very double-edged sword on that. 100%. But I think the true are there because they just want to cook. They want to be there. But there's obviously some people that want to be there just because like they need the fucking money.
Yeah.
And we all know this. We as chefs, we all know this. We're fathers, we're grandfathers, we're mothers, we're whatever we are. But I'm gonna actually listen, I'm gonna fucking reel the wagon back because your first question to this was why don't we wear whites?
Yeah. I always ask a question and it turns into like 9.
Time out.
Yeah. Just kidding. Yeah. Why don't you wear whites? No, for sure.
That's called a deep dive.
Right.
Why you wear whites, bro?
Why you wear whites, bro?
I don't wear whites.
Why don't you wear whites, bro?
See, makes sense now.
Because I think so, and I know like these guys are way beyond me, and they're.
You gotta look at a camera every once in a while too, though, bro.
Yeah.
I thought you're useless, man. Food Network chef over
Dude,
here.
you got all the labels, man. We got
Okay, go.
Provision.
Bison Virtue.
Yeah, Bison Virtue and Provision. Shut up.
Yo, Bison Virtue, baby. Yeah, let's get it.
50% code. Go there. Say James Chaffee Boo. They'll give you 50% off booze.
Name drop, eh? You need a hat change or something?
No. So.
Why don't you wear whites?
I will say that these guys are beyond me. Like their training and their experiences, like beyond what I've done.
See, I'm gonna stop you there because that quote you just said or statement you said, we all cook food, man. Like we're not above one another at all, and that's something that I would love to put.
Yeah, we all cook food.
I would love to put.
Hey!
Because we
some
do
of the competitions would say otherwise.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. You want to put on a
call? Okay.
Here I am. I'm trying to make I'm trying to make fucking amends with everybody.
We'll get to all the Food Network TV and all.
Yeah. Okay. So all I'm saying is that like I put these guys on pedestals. Like so here's the background. I was coming to the Okanagan. A friend of mine, Rob Walker, that I did my apprenticeship with, said, hey, you should come down, like, take over Black Hills Winery, blah, 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 blah. You and I sort of, like, connected through that because you were still at Brauner.
Yeah.
Came down there, and I was like, I took Black Hills because of, like, this fucking place has exposure. It's fucking crazy. So I took it. Sort of become friends with Brock, and then I opened a restaurant in Penticton, Craft Corner. Brock used to come there, meet my dishwasher, and
who's a super rad guy,
super fucking rad kid. And then you and I sort of through Rock and like everything else in that story became friends, and then we did a competition. I beat you, probably shouldn't have, but I beat you.
That was a long
just
time.
had to throw that in.
Yeah. Okay, listen. So you did win a competition. Listen. I'm 1-4 to this guy, so I'm gonna take that fucking beat. Okay. Yeah. So, anyways, I met you. I heard stories about you. Met you. Yada yada yada. But like,
what does this have to do with your whites?
Tequila.
So at the end of the day, these two dudes made me feel welcome in the Okanagan, and I appreciate that.
I don't fucking white.
And Rob Walker.
You know why? Is because we
Not
all
showing
do the same fucking job, and we all
So-
love what we do.
But I get that.
The way I look
that.
at it is any one of us could probably blind taste any of these guys on a plate of Brussels sprouts. If you were to give any one of us a box of Brussels sprouts and a kitchen, all four of us could come up with a wicked dish, right?
But
Sure.
But we don't do
Where are we
Brussels
going with
sprouts.
this?
I'm talking about avenues.
Where are we going with this?
I don't know, but I'm like,
we're going. I know exactly where he's going with
So he's made choices in his career that have gotten him to where he is now. I've made choices in my career that have gotten me to where I am now. And you've made choices in your career that have gotten
nowhere
to where you are now. And I mean, your dish is on Food Network, which is great, but that's being used as a platform to showcase the Okanagan as a whole and everything else that's happening around that restaurant. Right? It's not.
And even before the Food Network thing, we as cooks and restaurateur people, we know we don't fucking mess with Brussels sprouts in our restaurant because of what you do with them. No, you can sit there and you can say no. It's because we don't mess with. We don't mess that dish because of what you do. Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with charcuterie because of what Chris does with his meats.
We have cooks who come in and they go, I want to do a Brussels sprout feature. We're like, yeah, so do we, but we can't because of James.
It's already been done, and it's been done well.
And that's what we do so well in this world.
It's the camaraderie in this valley that is so unique.
You can't go to Vancouver, Calgary, Toronto and get what we have here.
It's pretty special.
If you go to Vancouver and you work in Vancouver and you go on Food Network with your Brussels sprout dish, every restaurant's gonna have a Brussels sprout.
Oh, it'll be fucking annihilated, 100%. And that's why I love this valley. Is that like we all just like pre-COVID, the collabs that have happened here has never happened in any city.
No.
Like in Toronto, they're fucking
funny, though,
shit
we've
talking
never
everybody.
collab. We've just competed.
It's about time then.
No, we collabed at their restaurant.
So have you ever thought
You
about
guys
just
need to
like
from the fashion game. We need more of these collabs. Let's go.
Have you guys ever so Chef James, have you ever thought about just like, so let's say like Brussels sprouts, boiling them when they're done, like in a nice bowl?
What are we doing right now?
This sounds like a show.
What is going on right now?
I just like eating a nice boil. And
Can you move these mics? Because I'm gonna fucking
But
run
then you-
over and punch you in
I'm
the
not
face.
just saying just boil them, leave them in the water, like strain them, and then in a nice bowl.
It's called blanching.
And blanching,
Blanching.
the Brussels sprouts, and then putting them
do it.
I think he's got the Brussels sprouts on.
Okay.
Okay. Let's do
There you go. Hang on. Okay.
I only know one way how to cook Brussels sprouts.
Okay, hang on.
Make sure you close the door.
We're gonna need you to close that door real quickly. Thank you, sir. Because you know what
Bounce
we're gonna
back.
do? Automatic.
No.
Let's
Go get the
yeah.
door.
You know what? We're gonna take a little quick moment here. It's it's the director and the producer and the
I want
editor.
to bring Jordan out to
Yeah.
the seat for 1
Can you
minute.
come out here real quickly, bud?
Let's bring him out.
Yeah.
The levels are fine. The
Don't worry
volume's
about it.
fine. It's all
Sit down.
good.
Sit down
No,
right
you
here.
take
You
my
got
seat. You take my seat. Right over here.
It's about time we got rid of Chef
Yeah,
Yaku.
yeah. Chef's gonna come back. You take my seat.
Yeah, you go sit over there, Paul.
Yeah. I'll be over there.
Actually, for a second. We just want to say happy birthday to our dude over here. It was his birthday. This guy is grown. This guy works on his birthday. That's when you know you're grown.
Oh
brother.
yeah.
Happy birthday to our man Jordan Powers, man. Yo. Happy G-Day, dog.
Thanks, man.
I think we might have a little something for you.
Dude.
I mean, it might take a second.
Is it a Tinder date?
No.
I got those.
That can't be a present when he has those every night, dog. That can't be. I mean, I'm sorry. If you're one of his Tinder dates, he doesn't have one every night.
Okay, I got.
No, not yet.
Sit down.
You can talk for a second. We got
Oh, sorry.
It's about Jordan for a second.
Okay, I'm out.
So I think we might have a little sweet treat for you. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, what I'll say is this is a testament to these fucking guys also. Is we've known each other for only a couple months, and they go above and beyond for their friends and the people that they're connected with. And this is just another testament to that.
Don't
So
try
thank
to
you.
deflect. Don't try to deflect,
just let
man.
me, come on.
It's your birthday. Don't deflect. I can't tell him what to do on his birthday. It's his fun.
Where's Jordan Powers at?
Yes.
Oh!
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Happy birthday to you.
I'm supposed to blow this out.
Happy birthday, Jordan Powers. Happy birthday to you. Hey.
Let's chill out.
Yeah. That's a wrap on that segment. Woo! What a seg.
Woo! Damn, dudes, what the fuck?
It's a little package from us here.
Jeez, man.
You would have to try each one on.
Cheers to fucking Greathearts and you guys and everybody in this room right now because I needed something like this tonight.
Yeah, man.
Because of what we do for a living and what you guys do as well to collab and do something like this and feel fucking normal again for sure. It means a lot to me and I'm sure everybody in this room right now. Sure. The spread that is here is just fuck. I couldn't ask for another ingredient to go on this table. So
maybe
big cheers, big cheers, big cheers.
Hey, Whitney.
Cheers.
We could just talk if you wanna. We could hold hands if you wanna. Hey, tell me what you wanna do. We could just laugh if you wanna. Late nights on the stars if you wanna. We could just kiss if you wanna. Hey, tell me what you wanna do. It's like the story.
You guys just saw that beautiful cake for our man Jordan Powers' birthday. Shout out Carrot Chocolates for that one. Look at that yumminess. What up, brother? Appreciate y'all. Thank you so much.
Promo code Julian, just go in there. He'll give you 50% off anything you want.
What's the promo code?
James Sheffield 2.
Julian's like, what the fuck, man?
I am done. After tonight, I am fucking done.
Yeah, just burning.
People are gonna fucking kill me. I'm done. I'm done.
It's good.
Then we're gonna hold on to this for a second, then we'll release it posthumously, and then they'll even do more, dog.
Okay,
just B-roll all my promo codes, okay?
Oh my god. Yeah, you're fucking.
And then I'll leave town.
You're owing a lot of people money.
Okay.
You're B-roll for sure.
All right, I think.
Where do you want to go with this?
You know, I think Paulie and I, you know what, we don't mind once in a while. I mean, I'm not one for groupie love, but I don't mind getting a little bit groupie here for a second.
Want to fanboy on this motherfucker?
Yeah, let's fanboy a little bit on these guys. Can you guys, like, we can't help it. We've seen Food Network, we've seen TV shows, we've seen appearances. You guys have been doing things, you know what I mean? Big things.
Not him. These guys. That one right there.
He did.
See, look at this. I'm like, I'm already.
I know.
So how about this?
So
how about this? We're just gonna let you guys have her speak up how you want to, but can you guys tell us about some of these things?
Actually, I was hoping this would come up tonight.
Oh, really?
Because I think I will speak a little bit more different than Brock about this, but I've done a show that featured the restaurant and like made it look really cool. And then I did a competition that's not released yet.
Coming up.
But the two of those are so different that I was like, it was so relieving to do Big Food Bucket List because they came in, they shot a restaurant, we did some food, and it was like cool. But like doing a competition on Food Network was like next level. Like you're spending makeup, you're spending like audio, you're spending wardrobe, and like you're doing all this, and then
for real, the Food Network has stylists.
Yeah, 100%. Like Brock will probably contest this way more, and I don't know how much he wants to talk about this, but like
Food Network, get at it.
But like the competition I did, I spent 3 hours doing like makeup, audio, interviews. And then all of a sudden it was like competition time. And I'm like, I'm used to throwing down to this guy where it's like, we go in there, have a couple beers, and I'm like, let's go. And we fucking do it. Yeah. So I was so jaded by TV at the end of it. And then I did Big Food Bucket List. It was like, this is cool. This is like normal. And like, we just cooked and we like had fun. Yeah. And we had like so much fun. But like, I'm so glad I did. And like Brock, you've done competitions on Food Network. So it's totally different, right? But I've done those two where like Big Food Bucket List was just so inviting and like wanted to like glorify what we did.
Yeah.
That competition I did was harsh. And I'll let you speak. I don't know what you want to speak on it.
You've
like
done it for a little while.
Yeah, and you've won and you've
Yeah, I've done competitions before, and I've done a lot of competitions before. But the Food Network part of the competitions, like the Chopped Canada, where I won 10 grand, that was amazing.
Yeah.
I loved every second of it because the most rewarding part of that whole thing is I gave that $10,000 away. I didn't want it because I just didn't have.
Yeah.
I never.
Dog beds and fucking beard oil.
It's not about that. What it's about for me is the fact that I, as a cook, will never probably have that opportunity to give that amount of money away to people and causes that would need it. I love that fact. And so, I never expect to have any, gratitude for it because it's something that I think I'll never get the opportunity to do.
Yeah.
Top Chef Canada was a different competition altogether. It's just something for me that I wanted to at least be on. To check off my bucket list. I won't say I don't really like talking about it, but I just wanted to check it off my bucket list as a chef. Competitions to me that I have done that aren't televised, that aren't watched by millions of people, are more rewarding to me as a chef to do
and that's
that.
On the back. Like you guys have been doing that for a while. Hey? Like, and I mean, Chris, I know you probably don't even like talk about this a lot, but like you're quite allocated in terms of like 100%. How
Chris did gold medal plates.
That's what I'm talking about.
Or a great Canadian kitchen party.
This shit isn't televised, but in terms of the culinary world in BC and Canada, I mean, you're actually probably, and I don't mean to talk down anything else, but like you're probably killing it in comparison to so many other chefs. Of how well you've done that, and maybe it hasn't been a screen on you, but that also can take a toll, like just a competition in general, let alone how many in a year,
Yeah, I think a lot of that comes down to what the general public wants to see and what they, maybe not what they want to see, but what they can actually understand.
What they know about the
industry, right? Like something like, I don't know, I can talk about national competitions across Canada because I know Brock's been a part of that as well.
Yeah.
The general public doesn't fully understand what it is we're doing in those competitions, so they're not televised, and it's too bad because it would give the general public a greater understanding of what it is we actually do every day. Because to me that's cooking. Like, there's no cameras, there's no sponsors, there's no.
What does an actual competition like on a national level like take? And I mean,
I think it strips down the grandeur,
the fluff,
right? Takes the fluff out of it. It strips it down to simply Brock walks into a room, he's given a bus band full of ingredients, he has an hour, he's got 6 plates, go. Right? There's no prep time, there's no
chef in pressure.
There's no 3 hours of anticipating while you're getting your makeup
100%.
Right? It's just like
that's
you walk in.
Industry.
Right? So that's the film industry. If I can interject right now, is like that's what I was saying. Is that like so you and I have had some raw competitions. Like we've had Crafty, Micro, and Vice. That you two, you and I have just gone fucking like show up, have some beers, fucking. All of a sudden we're like, cook. Here's your ingredient. 100%. But like, so I went. Going back to that, but I went to Food Network thinking that mentality, walking in there and being like, okay, like fucking let's do this. And then all of a sudden it was like makeup, wardrobe, fucking audio, blah, 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 blah. The best, like you and I have battled 3 times plus gold medal plates. The best time I ever had was at Vice and Virtue, where we just walked in, we crushed beers until we were ready to compete, and then they were like, okay, Chris and James, your go. And I'm like, this is a fucking best. Like there's punk rock, like even
it's a memory thing for me because we were guests there. Courtney and I were both guests there, and that's just like that to me is a more fun night.
100%. But like
what I appreciated about that night was it was a room full of industry people who understood what was about to happen or what was going on. Everybody knew everybody's name. Everybody could easily have a beer with anybody in the room. And then we threw down what we thought was decent, well done food. And then at the end of the day, instead of one of us walking out with all this publicity in this. Like,
It's like,
I don't want to say Food Network Canada,
No,
celebrity stuff, but at the end of the day, we walked out. We gave a check to institute that
Mamas,
needed
yeah,
it.
it's Mamas for
Mamas
them,
for
yeah,
Mamas.
yeah.
And we went home.
Everyone walks away with a smile on their face.
Yeah.
Like,
We're all smiling. We're all smiling.
But so what I will say is that like we both competed kitchen party second year, but gold medal place second year round, and like what I did that post, I was like, it's not the competition that fucking I miss, is that the fact that there's 7 chefs in Delta, plus there are 10 cooks. That's 70 fucking cooks in one room that are celebrating a night.
Special.
You know, and this year because of COVID, they came and judged you in your restaurant. You cooked your food. There were 2 judges. That was it. But like, it wasn't that I fucking cared about. It was the fact that I was like, I missed the fact that we went to a fucking room and there was fucking 70 of us in a room just hanging out being like, we're drinking. Like, last time I saw you was like 2 years ago and you were at this kitchen. Like, so crazy. Like, you know.
Those are the memories I miss.
And that's like the whole thing about COVID. Like, humans want human connection. And that's like, it's
especially cooks.
It's not just cooking or restaurants. It's about like, it could be your yoga class. Like, you're not going to sit there and do yoga at home in your bedroom. You want to be around
100%.
30 other people that you go to 100%. Yoga for. And
but like, taking that further, is that like, we don't, like, when's the last time this happened?
Yeah, totally.
But we don't connect as chefs, as Kelowna. Imagine like Vancouver or Calgary or whatever it may be. But like, as chefs, when's the last time that 4 of us have been in a room together?
Totally.
It's fucking crazy.
That's honestly a little bit of why we're doing what we're doing. Like, you know, in terms of this podcast, is honestly, we don't have the same life that we had a year ago.
No.
And we don't have the same traction, whether it's in our restaurants or in our retail joints or in our social environments. It's just not the same, period. So whether you're here in this room today and we're able to share a little like meal together and just have fun and like shoot the shit for a little while, like, that's super special. But for a lot of people that maybe don't get a lot of the social interaction and maybe like know and love you guys and don't get to see you on a regular basis.
Or just eating their food.
Yeah, or even eating your food.
You know what I mean?
But can still kind of just be like, they can tune in and say like, hey, like, I got a little more out of like Brauner today. I got a little more out of like, you know, provisions today. You know, I got, you know, like, I got this little engagement
like
out of
the underbelly.
Deal. So it's not the best beautiful answer to the human element, you know, but it's a hybrid, it's a version, it's something, it's a start. And I mean, who knows what next year is going to look like, but I think it's so special in everything you're talking about, from saying like, yo, like, competitions, the best part of it was like a bunch of cooks in one room.
100%. That's
you know,
all it was.
Social environments, drinking beers is just, you know, like, nice because we can all do it together, you know. But
that's something I look forward to next year when the normal comes back to the world.
Yeah.
Is I'm just itching to do those types of things with my friends or friends from another province or country or whatever.
Or just supporting that.
I already want to do a big cook-off here at Grey Hearts and just have all you guys come back. And instead of doing a podcast, I want to be like, yo, let's cook some shit. Yeah. And, you know, like,
let's have a party.
Let's have a party.
It doesn't have to be us eating the food we brought. It
no,
could be
exactly.
Like everyone else
the food that you brought.
Let's turn the music up really loud. Let's bring the barbecues out and let's have a good time. Like, that's upon us. That's coming. But no, super dope.
Okay, cheers to Thanks for having us. Honestly, this fucking great night, bros.
This is nice.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Cheers. And yo, can I just like point out the obvious though? How come Brock has to rhyme with sock and you got the dopest socks up in the shop?
Dude, socks are my thing.
Look at this guy.
Can you toss it up for a second?
Socks are his thing.
Dude, this has always been Brock's thing.
These are
Brock rhymes with sock, bro.
These are Vancouver Canucks.
These are Australian rugby socks given to me from a server at Burrowing Owl who is Australian.
Damn.
All of my socks have a meaning to me.
I knew it.
I have sock collection like you would not believe.
And I
as
guess
soon as I seen this guy, I was like this. Brock grinds his salt. I'm like, there's something about his salt. And look at
Brock
bam,
is
that's what I'm saying though.
And I guess you don't know Brock that well, but if you know Brock,
I'm
he's a sock guy, man.
I know that, dog. I can tell by his name.
We are downsizing our house right now.
I was gonna ask.
My sock collection. Shit, I can't part with it.
Like, we can talk about
like if we're talking about like a dozen to like 50 to like 100.
I'm good for all that, man.
I'm gonna say socks. I probably have 200 pairs.
My expectations for you now every time I see
that's
you,
400
looking at your
socks.
socks.
200 pairs.
Every time you see me, I'll have a different pair of socks on.
Okay, bro, don't just say it to me. I'm gonna look this.
100%.
James Addington's also
shout out to Okanagan Lifestyle.
Okay.
Shout out Okanagan Lifestyle. They're gonna be up on the show.
And,
What's up, James Addington?
Of course you can.
So we got
in a second, apparently.
Grey Hearts.
Yes, in a second.
And then
That's our dude.
Wrigley Hearts.
Jason Parks fucking customs.
Hey man.
And then Schneider's Lunchables.
But you're not gonna wear a shirt. You're just gonna throw it behind the couch.
No, I'm just gonna
You're not gonna wear it. He's gonna shout out her shirt, but he's gonna toss it behind the couch. It's not worth wearing. Okay, James Addington, what do you want to say?
I just want to and probably it's more live from this side where I'm at. I've lived my entire life for the last 15 years on this side of chefs, and these 4 chefs in front of me today, you look at them and you understand like what they've been through, what they've gone through. You're there to support, you're there to stand by, you're there to promote, and you know, they rag on each other left, right, and center today because that's like the easier thing to do. And that's what they do because it is. And I've been inspired and I've loved and I've enjoyed to hear the realness upon what they say today. But like, you know, you think that they think that's so much of themselves, that they're the chef, that they're the biggest fucking thing on the joint, but like, they're not. And this is the realness that you see tonight, and that these guys are just, and ladies, of course, are just normal people. And they've worked so hard. So fucking hard to get where they are today. And anyone watching this today, understand that these people have rocked it. And we love them, we support them, they deserve it because they are humble creatures as much as some think they throw pans and whatever. And it's funny to hear that shit in the chef Whytes and everything else, but
Brauner,
they all deserve James Chef, you throw shit. They all deserve a round of applause.
Wasn't it good?
But before the applause goes out, I know there's some people that are in James Addington's shoes or have been in certain people in James Addington's shoes for the front of house. So whatever you want to call the front of house, back house battle, it fucking pisses me off.
I know, right?
But there is some people like James Addington who have found the same things that we have found at this table from his past jobs, career, whatever. To bring him into a happier place in his life too.
Totally.
So fucking cheers to
that.
That's where we need
and
to be.
That's a good conversation too, actually, because I think there's it's so easy to pinpoint creative outlets. Yeah. You know, it's so easy to say like you're a musician, Windmills, or you're like an artist. You know,
Windmills.
Banter Sega.
Shout out Windmills, shout out Banter Sega. But it's a little tougher to, you know, really describe a chef as an artist. But I think it's an
culinary arts.
Dude, it is culinary arts, you know, but it's just
I'm a scribbler, dog. I'm looking at like
and
people who are like fucking.
You see a beautiful plate, and sure, that's art. It is, but as we all know, and we've had a lot of great artists throughout come through this podcast, and just we all know enough great artists. You know, there's this end result that's beautiful. But man, is it not so much more about the process? Is it not so much more about what you do every day? You know, how you get there. And what you produce and the A to Z is so special. Of course, there's like this picture perfect, like, you know, like plate. I was fucking with you guys earlier when I was like, aren't you guys just like glorified, like,
it's funny
platers, you know, or like expos? But
your comment earlier about, aren't you guys just chefs? You just plate food? Like,
yeah.
Realistically, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Dude, that's tough though, man.
Pride
You
of
know
that.
how much paper towel I go through watching y'all on Food Network? I be looking at you, I be sitting there trying to wipe that shit off the fucking plate. I'm sitting there, I'm like, damn. I'm like looking at my girl like this. I'm like, well, my shit over the plate. It's all like,
But the yeah.
it's funny though.
I'm just sitting there like rubbing that shit.
The plating alone is an art form, and
That's
then
what I'm
the
saying. That's just
But even this podcast, for instance, like, how many podcasts are there where there's chefs sitting across from each other talking about chefs, talking about their careers and their restaurants and all this stuff, but you never see like sauciers sitting across from each other, or dishwashers sitting across from each other, right? Like all the steps to go behind that. Yeah, I mean, there's parts of a big service where any one of us would just stand there and plate food that other people behind us have cooked, and then people come up to the pass or whatever and say, hey, that was the best meal of my life, and you take the cred for it, and you're like, yeah, thanks, like, have a great evening. But I don't want to blow your night, but I didn't cook shit on that plate.
shit on that plate. Yeah.
I take credit for everything.
Hang on.
James, like, speak for yourself.
Real talk. When you say that though,
it's a humble approach.
I look at it like this. One of the biggest lessons I ever learned, I remember, like, in work. I had a boss tell me, he goes, you know what? If you're gonna fucking lead the horses, you can't be down there with them. And it ain't no knock on the horses. You need the horses to fucking take the fucking chariot forward. You know what I mean? But if you're sitting there and you're running the chariot forward, that's its own thing. So yeah, you might not necessarily cook the asparagus or whatever it may be.
Brussels sprouts.
Or Brussels sprouts in this case.
Asparagus.
But you know what I'm saying? But my point being is that you've coached the process for all these
100%.
components. So that in itself, so yeah, maybe you've done the plating, but the background to that is so much more extensive.
And as well, like, the best type of, like, supervisor, if you could even just give it any role, is ideally you don't do anything, but you have to know everything. You know what I mean? So, like, it's not your job to do everything at that point. When you get to that point in life or in your field, you're not actually doing anything per se. Of course you are. But you have to know how to do everything. So if that guy fucking walks out the door, or if he does it wrong, or you have to correct it, or you have to show him, or you have to train him, because all that's part of it, you're there. You know how to do that. But ideally, you're building a team. They're doing that for you, and you're just assuring the quality of the product when it
which is
leaves.
in itself is such its own challenge, let alone being able to cook. You're managing personality.
So a supervisor, a director, a chef, a designer, you're not doing that much, but man, if shit hits the fan,
way more.
You're the guy. You know?
May I speak on that?
Please do.
I only have one tone, so it's hard for me to speak over all
Chef,
these guys.
And I'm sorry for that. May I?
May I? But when you're talking about, like, leading a team of all these cooks, and we already spoke on, like, it's not these teams of all these cooks anymore. It's Chris on the line and his helper part time. It's James and his dishwasher and like it.
The
Those
door.
things have
The
changed.
door. Close the fucking door.
He's got you. Yes. Go on. Sorry for the interruption.
Go. Sorry.
I was just saying how I have a hard time speaking over your voices. So.
She was.
You left the fucking door open.
We were talking about how we talk about being leaders and leading a brigade, but it's not even that anymore. When we don't wear white, it's a it's a 2-person team online.
100%.
Like, that's different. It's probably different for you here when it's you doing most of the work.
2-person team.
We're a 2-person team.
Exactly.
Not gonna lie.
I think we're all a 2-person team. Really, realistically, we're all a 2-person team.
So I think when we talk about these ideas, it's like ideas that we're used to from the past, maybe.
Yeah.
But like, what are we talking about now in our present? Because that's not really the kitchens we work in.
That white jacket means a lot to me, but doesn't mean my day to day. If that makes sense.
It means a lot to you, but you don't have to wear it. For sure.
100%.
Yeah.
Like, if I go to any competition with the Chef Association, I wear my jacket. But day to day, that doesn't mean
Man, I'm gonna say this, Tom. Your agent needs to chill,
Dude, what's up with your phone, bro? Put that shit on silent.
Just mute it.
Your agent's
fucking
wild.
Twitter.
He's wild.
No, it's true.
Wild.
You can
But-
have a diploma, you can have just a certificate, you can
Yeah.
have whatever you want, but it's you don't have to wear it.
No, and like, I think we'll all agree that like that jacket doesn't make you anything. And I think like for me, I'm gonna like be a little bit more like deep, but like Bourdain for me.
Shit, rest in peace. Where we at?
Yeah,
Where we at?
yeah, right
Oh,
there.
Are we giving
right
shout
there.
outs
The
to
goat,
clothing
Dude,
companies?
the goat.
Yeah.
Shout
The
out
goat.
to
The
Rip Goat. That's my
goat.
only one.
There we go.
And medium rare.
Yeah.
Okay, done.
Yeah, hell
Go
But
ahead.
I think like for me,
Promo
like
code, chef.
yeah, promo code.
Project B.
Dave Sheffield.
Yeah, Project B.
But-
Pay for it also.
Like for me, like my career, like that guy led me through the way. Like just led me through like it's not about chef jackets. It's not about this. It's just about fucking cooking and like this is what we do. And like maybe not the best. Like it was all about heroin with him or cocaine, but he led me through at 27 years old. Led me through my path to be like, it's okay to be you. And I think like you go to like any like message board on the internet and look at Bourdain and they're like, he was a voice for like the people, like for the cooks, for the chefs, for like the mother, like the single mothers at home. That guy fucking led me through everything.
Tight.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, man. Respect.
I also think too, like a lot of people that lead me through things in life too are like the friends that I sit here with today,
Yeah.
or the friends that I know or follow on Instagram or fuck whatever it is, or social media. Those are the things that push you and lead you through to be a better cook, I guess, or a person that you are today, I
whatever.
suppose.
Yeah.
For sure. But yeah, I don't know.
We should have the camera rolling about an hour ago.
No, I mean, we
Big good
Definitely
content.
had the camera in an hour ago. Just time frame is a little off right now. But an hour ago we were filming. Okay, here's a fun question, and it's totally a shift in left
We're
field.
still filming right now?
Yeah.
Of course we are.
Okay. I thought we were done.
Quit
I thought
asking,
we were
man.
done.
Well, you keep running to the washroom, so you don't even know what the fuck is going on, man.
If you see
Comes in,
the
answers
breast
How are
the
you
on-
supposed to be on tuna? You walk into the conversation,
Don't worry.
you're like, oh yeah, Chef's Whyte. It's like, who the fuck's talking about that?
You know what?
Like, you're just jumping in and pretending you're
All
part of
right,
the
your
conversation.
agent, have a smoke dog.
Horse
It's
shit.
not his agent.
Yeah.
It's a notification saying he's about to run out of fucking minutes.
I gotta go 7-Eleven and get fucking topped up.
Okay, here's something real different. So if you're at the grocery store and you and you're buying bulk, you know, and I'm talking about like some like local like, you know, grocery store. I'm
This
talking
isn't
about
like toilet paper hoarding shit, is it?
Save-On, something
I'm
like that.
so intrigued by
and
what
there's the
this
bulk section.
is.
And so
Bulk sections are closed, by the way.
no,
No, they're not. Are you fucking
It's like,
retarded?
so you
No,
shop
they're
at
not.
Petro-Canada's one. So they're back open.
They're like pre
Get fucked.
Yeah. So if you grab some cashews or pistachios and pine nuts, if you know anything, if you actually grocery shop.
Yes, we put the wrong code on it every time.
Yes.
Whoa, no,
Okay,
you
let's like.
Okay, what are we getting at right now?
Slow it down.
Yeah, don't
Let me
worry.
speak. Slow it down, because yes.
Yes.
We're about to
Okay.
get deeper into
Okay.
this.
Because
Oh, no,
we're talking
you
about
just said it now.
we're talking about morality here, in a sense.
No. She said
But,
it, dog. It's over now. Watch.
If you know about cashews, pistachios, pine nuts, they're fucking expensive.
Pine nuts are they're worse than heroin right now.
It's just like $7 for 100 grams.
Let
So,
the guy finish.
so you have the option to go through self-checkout. Check it out. Hold on.
No.
Sit the fuck down, man. Where are you going? Have a seat. Have a seat.
paying for the price.
Oh, you're still paying attention is what I want you to do.
Wow! This is the best ever. I need another shot
Have a
right
seat.
now.
Yeah, and so, and long story short, 'cause you fucking made it long. If you're getting these expensive nuts and items,
Nuts.
These nuts?
These nuts.
These nuts, dog.
and you're ringing them as like flax seeds or like onion powder,
That's not. Okay.
So is that wrong? Or are you taking advantage of the fucking like coupon that's like?
I'm not.
Okay, hang on.
I'm not doing
This
that.
guy's talking about ringing it up. He's not talking.
Because here's my logic.
Can we hear some Hootie and the Blowfish right now?
Here's my
Ollie
logic.
doesn't ring it under the other one.
Here's my logic
Ollie
in it
doesn't
all.
ring it under the
Let
other
me hit
ones.
you up.
He doesn't ring it up, Doc.
Here's my logic in it all.
Are we talking about self-checkout or go?
Self-checkout.
Oh,
So self-checkout and bringing in, let's say, cashews as flax seeds. So you
Or
go from
not at all.
$6.99 to 69
25
cents.
cents,
Yeah,
yeah.
25
So you're
cents.
getting arrested or you're not getting arrested.
That's one way to look at it, but and I'm not saying I do it. I have a friend who is very adamant about it.
Oh, stop! Because we can narrow that down. Stop.
Stop.
Is it the mayor?
So here, so sure. Okay, and let me finish.
we should talk about the mayor after this. We can talk about the mayor after this.
Finish.
I'm out because I know who you're talking
No,
about,
sit
and
the
I'm
fuck
out.
down.
I'm out.
It's not that. Let me finish. So I'm gonna throw the logic in there, and then I want to hear your 2 cents because, of course, sure you're ringing in flax seeds instead of cashews, and
Right.
that's wrong. You know, $6.99 to 25 cents per 100 grams. I get that. It's wrong. But big stores like Superstore and Save On and whatever that are
Save on mission.
doesn't matter. Save on fucking Canada. Save on who the
Save
fuck?
on wherever the
Yeah. Save on your fucking 2 cents for a second. Yeah. Save on your 2 cents for a second. So I can finish my sentence.
Save on Rutland
But
specifically.
The worst story.
they are taking into account the fact that if they have self-checkouts, they're saving a lot of money. They're saving a lot of money on labor. They're saving like 200% on labor. So they've already taken into account that if you ring it in wrong, if you steal it, if you decide
what's
to
the question?
hustle them.
What's the question?
The question is that if
You ain't done
that
set the premise yet. Let him keep saying
this is I'm throwing some context.
I have this answer.
Hang on.
So-
Let's
so-
go. Let's go.
Just lay the question down, bro.
If you need to take another.
No, Paul,
Okay,
keep on.
thank you, thank you.
20%.
Yeah, James, if you need to take another fucking piss break, it's all good, bro. But just check this out. So, they've already taken into account that they're gonna be frauded a little bit, and they still feel that it's worth it. It's all good for them. They still know that they're making a buttload.
So you're
by
good
not-
friends with Jared at Save On and fucking mission.
No names.
They're
I'm
still
gonna call
good.
him Jared. Jared at Save On
They know-
mission
they
is
know
your friend.
They know at the end of all of this. At the end of all of this, they're still making so much more money in terms of
course.
labor by some people taking some stuff. So if you're not taking advantage of that
Some people
coupon,
taking some stuff.
if you're not taking advantage of that coupon, bringing some stuff in, it's already been incorporated. Are you not? Are you? It's already been taken into account. The numbers are there. The numbers are there.
No, Paul,
So are you?
Paul, I got you here.
So you're
Paul,
not
Paul,
taking
It's all
advantage
about
of the
Chefy Boo. It's all about Paul.
Is that not just on you?
And I'm
Is
okay
Paul.
with that.
that not just on you?
Stop,
If you don't take advantage of it?
If you
Stop.
sell it, you're back out.
Hang on.
Paulie,
What Paulie is saying is that every business takes into account at least 1/10 for fucking shrinkage. And shrinkage is loss prevention. And loss
Right.
prevention is understanding people are going
Right.
to take advantage of the coupon. And
But
the
if-
coupon is what he's talking about. Back to Paulie.
I will not.
I'm just saying. This is
I'm not.
This is a conversation.
That's
that-
real
Okay,
talk.
I have a
I
friend.
will speak
Yeah,
on
yeah,
behalf of
yeah.
this.
Okay, in seriousness.
We have
Save On Foods promo code
May I-
James Sheffy Poo.
James, may I?
50%.
wanna
You
hear
buy your
Courtney's
meat at the meat
2
department,
cents on
you get 50% off. Just
You
let
ring
you
it
know.
in as celery.
May I, James?
Self-check.
Yeah,
We spoke on this today. We were talking about like beer, and we watch people pour growlers, and how much beer goes down the drain, and it's bucketfuls. And we're laughing. We're like, could you imagine if this was like our food or like our me's for the day? Like 30% me's, just throw in the garbage.
Yeah.
Like we'd be broke. But it's a different market, and it's different in retail. However, when we go through checkouts and we label, we don't go through self checkouts because we factor in human error at the cashier, and we label our bags, and we buy chocolate-covered coffee beans, but we label it as bridge mixture just in case they don't see that error, and we save a couple bucks, and that's
it's
fun
not an
because
everyday
that's
thing.
not
It's not like
coupon.
we.
You're right. But it's not to say.
That's a coupon, dog.
Okay, so listen
That's
to
a
me real
coupon.
quick, and I'll just give one more little sentence on it. It's the organic farmers. If you're ringing organic lemons,
Are we still talking about Save On
Shut up!
right
No
now?
one's talking to you. That's
Jared.
so if you're ringing organic lemons and regular lemons, the organic farmer's already been paid. Get that. He's already been paid.
Yes.
It's all
Are
good.
you
We're
going
talking-
organic
we're
and not organic
That's not
on
the
Save
point,
On?
motherfucker. We're talking about taking advantage of the system that they've put in front of us.
of course.
And if you not
Okay,
taking
are we
advantage,
talking about cheating Save On?
I'm
or
talking about not
organic?
shopping at fucking Petro Canada. So you don't actually know what the fuck we're talking about.
Oh, I do know what I'm talking about.
Go to a grocery store and we'll fucking have a conversation.
But you're
until
talking
then,
about
you know,
fucking organics or non-organics.
if you're
at
ringing
Save
in
On.
organic and not organic,
Your agent is
It's
calling.
called
What the
sweethearting
fuck,
and
dog?
not
What the
sweethearting.
fuck?
There are the one thing I will say on this subject of what we're talking about too
This is
is
amazing.
as the local
God.
community. The local community that we do have here, and
we're
the
going on still.
and the respect that we have for
I hate
for
this place.
everybody that we buy off of as restaurateurs. We know
Well,
they see us every
Get a
single
hat
week in
change.
their business. They see
No,
us
Montreal,
every single
Montreal.
week ordering produce
sell-
from them.
don't
They
sell
see
these.
us order all of this
I'm gonna
stuff
sell
from
them.
us, from them. Sorry, and there's no.
What are you talking about right now?
There's no real
fucking
need
smoke.
to fucking cheat the Save On Foods Corporation of $1 billion
right.
to
Organic
save
fucking smokes.
$3. It's the people that we deal with on a
red
daily
smoke.
basis. Is I'm sure everybody at this table is guilty of it, 110%. But those
I
are
wasn't
the
even
people.
talking organic. I was talking about like bridge mixture and espresso
Yeah,
beans.
for sure.
Like-
Those are the people that you are in their
Pineapple,
establishment
motherfucker.
every
Thank you,
week
yes.
or twice a week. They know you. They're going to give you the restaurant deal or the wholesale deal of that because you were there every single week
Yeah.
purchasing.
And-
it.
and you're also
or the self-checkout coupon deal.
Exactly.
And
the
you're fine with paying
self-checkout.
full price because like they're your people, you know. Like,
You support your friends that aren't chefs,
Yeah.
but they're supplying you with
Jordan
business.
Powers, you got
It's-
something?
Yeah, I got a question to wrap this up. Do you guys think that the culinary arts gets the respect from the public that it deserves as an art form?
Well, these two.
And I think-
Fuck it, I don't get it. I think
Fuck off, Brussels
Your
sprouts. Go
day-to-day
smoke.
average customer that comes from the store, do you think that they view it as the art form that it truly is?
I do, and I hope they do, because when I started cooking and I went to culinary school, and I said this a million times, is because I was one of those tradespeople that were doing a trades job that had maybe this person had a little too much fun when we were younger, and this is all they had to go back on
Okay.
is culinary arts and
we go.
fucking electrical or plumbing. But now those times have changed again because the Food Network came out, and then chefs are now celebrities and fucking rock stars and
But
shit.
I will-
And the HG, the Home and Garden Network, the whatever, all of those trades positions now are now showcased as not rock stars, but like yes, and to some point for sure, 100%.
What I will say though, like as to Okanagan sort of grown, you're from Victoria, whatever it may be, but like, do you not think that focus is on you two?
It can be, it can be, but I think those are the people that are jaded with their thoughts of what they think the food industry is. But in my aspect, I'm very lucky and fortunate that the food industry has become cool and like hip and rock starish. But I've never thought of myself as that, and I'm speaking for myself as well. Again, but it's fortunate to be that type of chef, and now it's like a cool thing to be a chef.
But that
I guess
I will say that, like, coming from, like, my background, and you know my background a bit, but I come from the Rockies, and I come here and I'm like, I've got these fucking two gangsters that I'm fucking going up against.
Have a seat, man. You're in the camera. Like,
Jane,
shit,
I
man.
don't
we fucking,
I don't
like,
think
made
it's
this
going
camera
up against.
angles.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Like, it's not going up against, but like, I come seeing like fucking Brauner and Brock are doing this, and I'm like, I need to fucking place my name now. And
but
these guys
healthy,
are fucking.
Don't you love that healthy competition.
100%. I fucking love it.
Yeah, I see that.
100%. I love that. Yeah. But like, I see these two guys that are fucking like pillars in the community, and I'm like,
see, I see a different aspect of it being not from like, obviously no shots fired here, but not from the Food Network side of it. These guys did very well with the Food Network. The competitions and stuff like that, but I always got into the industry because I just wanted to cook. I just wanted to do rad food, and that was it. That was the payoff for me. So my competition world, and my strives and my goals and my
just to beat me
was, well, that was easy.
I'm unbutton this one.
Courtney, I'm interested in hearing what you had to say.
But like, but pulling myself out of like the Food Network, which is, it's funny because growing up for me, I always watched the Food Network and I was always like, that's rad, that's what I want to be, that's what I want to do. And then I got into the food industry and I was like, no, it's just about cooking and mentoring and like working with young kids and teaching them and showing them the
next generation.
Yeah, showing them
pass it forward.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So now when I do these competitions or whatever, you want to refer to them as like the Great Canadian Kitchen Party, for instance. For me, it was like, it's always been this massive goal of mine. That was like my bucket list. He talks about his bucket list being the Top Chef thing. My bucket list was this competition, and this was the year that I actually did well in it, but because of COVID, it got kiboshed right in the middle of it, which was like heartbreaking for me. But I did so well, and I went out, like I put everything on the line for it, and I did well, and I placed for the Okanagan. But I walk down the street and nobody looks at me and goes, "Oh, that's the guy that won Great Canadian Kitchen Party."
You won it.
You won. I don't mean to sound petty, no type of way, but it's like I hear you right there, and I'm like this. I'm like, dude, put it out, and I know he did what he had to do, and other people were like, "Yo, man, COVID," and they use it as a cop out. Yeah. And they were like, "This, cop out time," and they copped out over here. You're like, "Yo, I didn't cop out. This is my time right now," and this wasn't an excuse.
There was a lot of people that I talked to that showed no interest in that competition because of COVID and how warped the competition became.
Sure. Yeah.
But for me, it was just a goal, so I went for it. And
regardless,
I did well, but I walked down the street and nobody looks at me and goes, "That's the guy that did Great Canadian Kitchen Party." You know what I mean? Like,
and the funny thing about that is like
it's so quiet.
Well, congratulations.
Oh no,
it's tight.
No, I have like no harm or foul.
At the end of the day, straight up. You know what I mean? Straight up.
It's funny what
weird.
the everyday person recognizes, because you talk about like all these competitions that no one knows about and they're highly regarded. And I was talking to Des and Phil at Percival, where we got all the cheese from for dinner tonight, and they were like, "Oh, Evelyn came in here and there's a guest in here and they didn't know what to get, and she was helping them, and they're like, we saw you on the Food Network." And it's so funny, like how many years ago was that she appeared on the Food Network, and that's awesome for Evelyn, but like they don't even know what people are doing today or in their own neighborhoods.
For me, I guess. Sorry, for me, I think touching on what you were saying a little earlier, how culinary maybe wasn't as huge until maybe it got televised or became like this, like it definitely took it to a new level. You know, there was maybe like, Michelin, world, and then when it became like TV world, it was a whole different beast. It was a whole different dynamic, and few of you experienced that. But it's funny how that changes the game into a whole different thing, and you have to really dissect what you want to be in that part of the game, because.
But I can talk. Front of house.
Yeah.
I think back of house obviously did get
totally. But I want to talk about it, and I mean how you've referenced fashion. I would love to reference fashion in this one and the parallels in that, because in the 1940s was the first time that designers actually got to be designers. You had Coco Chanel, you had Yves Saint Laurent, you had Christian Dior. These people were actually the first ones to actually have a name behind their fashion. Before that, they were seamstresses and tailors. They were people that were making clothes. They were commissioned and working for kings and elites and royalties and elitism, and they were making clothes for them. You know, like
there was no fashion house.
It wasn't. You know, in the same way as like probably they had cooks and chefs and people making their clothes for them, but it wasn't actually a name to it. And then suddenly that shifted. And suddenly
artisans got recognition.
Artisans got recognition. So suddenly, like Coco Chanel wasn't just someone who made clothes for a king or royalty. Coco Chanel was a sought after name and brand. And so things shifted. It wasn't just about making the clothes anymore, or you're good at it, or a trade. It became a status, and it became who you were. And so that changed everything.
Something you could hang your hat on.
1940s changed everything for fashion. And then it built from that. And then from what that became, from the 1940s all the way to today, is a whole beast of what fashion has become. And you look at streetwear, you look at athleisure, you look at like runway, you look at
influencers.
All about it.
Influencers. Like Bieber.
So,
but like Bieber just like fucking...
Totally. And that's happening in the culinary world. Where it's like it was about the food. No one needed to be a chef or a name back in the day. It was just like, do you do good food in Italy? Do you do good food in New York? Do you do good food? Is your restaurant? And then it became about the chefs, and then it became about the restaurant. Then it became about the allocates. And then it became about the competition.
But I will give the praise to NFL, NBA, and like NBL or Major League Baseball.
So now you're just making up fucking acronyms.
So
NBL, it's like a new bowling.
But all I'm saying is that like sounds good. That like exposing tattoos in those sports were fucking taboo.
Yeah.
And then Rodman, and then like that happened, and like
Iverson.
Yeah, Iverson. Like
that was a big one.
No, but like all those happened.
Totally.
And then what happened with the culinary industry was like chefs have tattoos.
It was
and
branded,
like Bourdain will say it is like it was like white jackets and like this is what we're about, and then all of a sudden like there was tattoos and like.
But it's a great example. It wasn't just about the sport; it became about the brand of the athlete.
Right.
You know, it became about the expression.
Yeah.
But it came about.
You know what I mean?
So
doesn't matter what you like. We went from white jackets floating on the floor to pirates, right? Like we went to pirates, and like we're just like. Doesn't matter what, like, you come in and fucking you eat what you eat is fucking amazing. Doesn't matter how that chef was dressed. It doesn't fucking matter.
I think it was about authenticity.
Yeah.
Probably.
That was the
Maybe you should put your pile on.
Well, I want to say the reason I asked the question is I showed up to the B&A tasting room on my birthday on March 1st, and I bought lunch there.
March 1st?
And I'm not the type of person to take a photo of my food or anything like that because I do photos and video all the time, but I got lunch there and I ordered the sandwich with the soup and stuff, and it was just too good not to take a photo and post it online. And so that's why I'm curious if you feel like people give the artistic respect.
But you know what?
That culinary arts.
When I hear that, one thing I think about, I'm like this: do you expect anybody who's not in the art to ever give it the appropriate appreciation? Because how could they? They're not doing it.
I feel like anyone that's like in any different art or creative outlet
how am I,
probably would appreciate it.
No, it's like you think you appreciate it, but you don't know what they go through yet. You haven't been through that shit yet. Like them people live that shit, and I think I know, but then all of a sudden I go through a day in the kitchen with someone who really does it. I'm like this. I don't know what the fuck they really do. So how could I expect to really give them the due they expect?
But I don't think that
they deserve more, dog.
I don't think we expect you to know it on the level.
Expect it, but how could an average person?
The fact that he respects it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? how could we know what you go through? Because if we did, we'd be living your lives.
You wouldn't be living our lives.
Exactly, and we don't. So how could we?
But it's on a different level. It's like people who shop here. It's like they just like what you have.
Exactly.
They might post it. They might post it on Instagram, but they don't know what Paul's going through or all these behind the scenes.
How would I expect anybody to know what you go through, let alone what Paul goes through?
It doesn't always have to be that either.
And we don't expect it. Nobody expects it, and that's the thing. You just hope you get tipped and people come back. The end.
Yeah, totally.
But that's also what separates it from somebody who comes here and not only appreciates your talents, but is willing to put their money into what you guys do, because we can't do what you do. So we're willing to pay our money.
But we can't do what you do.
But that's a different trade. That's a different trade.
But what keeps us going and doing what we are doing is because of comments like you just made about I just wanted to take a photo of this food. That's so flattering and humbling to hear. Anybody that knows nothing about what we do just sit there and go, fuck man, I gotta take a photo of that and I gotta Instagram.
And you know, we went to Boxcar today for like our second time in the time we've been open, where we sat, enjoyed, had a meal, had a beer, and took it in, and we saw all those dine around plates come up that you got, Jordan, and we were like, those look so good. Like if I were a guest, I'd be stoked. This is $15, and we were like over the top. And
as a restaurant owner, for us, it was like so gratifying to be like, fuck man, this is what
like
everybody like yourself would get. And literally, they know who we are.
Literally, I think we could literally talk about this all day because I think, and if I could just wrap this up, I respect you, and you know I respect you so much. So I just want to thank you guys for being on this podcast because, man, what great conversation.
That was good.
I learned so much listening to these people.
Let's do another rounded podcast one day, or a cook-off competition.
Part 2. 2.0. 2.0.
I'm choosing
so tight. Yeah. You guys are unreal. Honestly, respect
thank
you so much.
Man. We had a great night.
It's been a night.
And thank you to yourself for putting this and everybody else in the
room.
room.
Everyone,